You have been waking up recently with a strange sensation in your chest, almost like a vibration or a hum that no one else seems to hear. And I know exactly what you are thinking because you are wondering if you are losing your mind or if something is wrong with your health. Let me put your mind at ease right now because what you are experiencing is not a breakdown, it is a breakthrough of the highest order, specifically for those of you born under the sign of Scorpio between October 23rd and November 21st. You are feeling the edges of your reality starting to fray because you have spiritually arrived in 2026 before your physical body has had the chance to catch up. And this lag time creates a feeling of intense pressure, like being in a deep ocean dive before you reach the surface. Before we unravel this mystery together, allow me to properly introduce myself to those who are new to our circle. I am Madam Tina, and for over 25 years I have dedicated my life to interpreting the language of the stars and the cards to help souls like yours find their footing when the ground starts shaking. I do not deal in fairy tales. I deal in the raw, honest truth of what the cosmos is doing to your life. And I need you to stay with me until the very last minute of this reading, because there is a specific warning about a financial decision in late 2026 that you cannot afford to miss. The energy surrounding you right now is not chaotic, even though it might feel that way. It is actually incredibly precise, like a laser cutting through steel. You have spent the last 3 years feeling like a piece of old hardware trying to run a brand new operating system, constantly crashing, freezing, or feeling overwhelmed by basic tasks that used to be easy for you. This is because your ruling planets are engaging in a very rare dance that is designed to strip away the false identity you built to survive your 20s and 30s. You might have noticed that things that used to make you happy, certain hobbies, specific foods, or even your favorite TV shows, now taste like ash in your mouth. This is not depression, although it is often misdiagnosed as such by the world. This is a spiritual detachment process where your soul is unplugging from the matrix of your old life to conserve energy for the massive download that is coming. You are the scorpion, yes, but you are also the eagle. And right now, you are in that awkward phase between crawling on the ground and learning how to fly, which is arguably the most exhausting part of the journey. We need to talk about this exhaustion because it is not the kind of tired that a good night of sleep or a week at the beach can fix. This is a soul fatigue that settles deep in your bones, a heaviness that comes from carrying the weight of being the black sheep, or the one who always sees the truth that everyone else is trying to ignore. For years, you have been the family detective, the friend who knows when someone is lying, the partner who senses betrayal before it happens. And while this is a gift, it is also a massive burden on your nervous system. The universe is acknowledging this fatigue in 2026 by shifting your role from the detector to the architect. You are no longer required to spend your energy figuring out what is wrong with everyone else. Instead, you are being given the green light to use that intense focus to build your own sanctuary. This shift is going to feel strange at first because you are so used to being in defense mode, always waiting for the other shoe to drop. But the stars are aligning to create a safe zone around you where you can finally lower your guard. This safe zone is not something that just appears. It is something you have to actively choose, and that choice begins with recognizing that your ability to detach is actually a superpower. People have likely told you that you are cold, or that you cut people off too easily, or that you hold a grudge. But let me reframe that for you through the lens of spiritual maturity. What they call coldness is actually your soul's way of preserving its integrity when it senses danger or inauthenticity. In the coming months leading into 2026, this ability to detach is going to save you from a situation that would otherwise drain your bank account and your emotional reserves. You are going to see a situation at work or in your extended family for exactly what it is, a sinking ship, and instead of trying to patch the holes like you usually do, you are going to simply step off the boat onto dry land. This act of self-preservation is the first major victory of your new timeline, proving that you have finally learned the lesson that you cannot save people who are addicted to the storm. The silence you are experiencing, that feeling that your phone isn't ringing as much or that invitations are drying up, is not a punishment for past behavior. It is a quarantine zone established by your spirit guides. They are clearing the floor because the dance is about to change, and you cannot learn the new steps if the room is crowded with people who are stepping on your toes. You might feel a sense of grief during this time, mourning the loss of the social butterfly you thought you were supposed to be. But deep down, in the quietest part of your heart, there is a sense of relief. You don't have to pretend anymore. You don't have to wear the mask of the happy, agreeable person when you are actually a deep, intense, and magical being who requires depth to survive. This period of isolation is the incubator, and while it is dark inside the egg, it is the only place where you can grow the strength required to break the shell. As we move deeper into the physical reality of what 2026 holds for you, we have to address the way your body is starting to reject lies as if they were bad oysters. In the past, you could sit through a dinner with a fake friend, smile, nod, and suppress your nausea just to keep the peace. But those days are officially over. Your tolerance for inauthenticity is dropping to absolute zero, and this will manifest in immediate physical symptoms. You might find that your throat literally closes up or gets scratchy when you try to say yes to something your soul wants to say no to. You might get a sudden headache or a wave of extreme fatigue the moment you walk into a room where the energy is off. This is your biological alarm system getting an upgrade, and you must listen to it. If your body says go, you go. If your body says stop, you stop, regardless of what social etiquette dictates. This intolerance for the fake is going to trigger a massive urge to purge your physical environment, and I mean this quite literally. You will look at your closet one day and realize that 80% of your clothes belong to a stranger. They belong to the person you were trying to be, to please your parents, your ex-partner, or your boss. You will feel a sudden, almost manic need to throw things away, to donate furniture, to rip up old carpets, or to paint walls a different color. Do not resist this urge. This is not just spring cleaning. This is an ancient ritual of clearing space. You are instinctively preparing a landing strip for your future self, and that future self cannot land if the runway is cluttered with the debris of your past. Every bag of trash you carry out of your house is a symbolic release of a karmic contract that has expired. This brings us to the most difficult part of the transition, which is the inevitable audit of your close relationships, specifically the ones where you have been playing the role of the healer or the therapist. Scorpio has a natural tendency to attract broken birds, people who have sad stories and fractured wings, because you have the empathy to understand their pain. However, there is a difference between helping someone fly and carrying them on your back while they peck at your neck. The energy of 2026 brings a harsh light to these dynamics. You will realize that some people in your life are not actually interested in healing. They are interested in consuming your light to feed their own shadows. They are energy vampires, and you have been an open buffet for far too long. The realization will hurt, not because you are losing them, but because you are losing the illusion that you could save them. The breakup with these energy vampires will likely happen in silence. You won't have a big screaming match or a dramatic exit because you simply won't have the energy to argue your case. You will just stop answering the late-night crisis calls. You will stop offering solutions that are ignored. You will stop lending money that is never returned. And when you withdraw your energy, these people will get angry. They will accuse you of changing, of being selfish, or of forgetting where you came from. Let them talk. Their anger is just the sound of a parasite realizing the host is no longer available. This silence is your shield. It creates a protective barrier around you that allows your own energy to recirculate and build up, rather than constantly leaking out to fuel someone else's drama. Now, I want to take a brief moment to connect with you heart to heart. If you are nodding your head right now, if you felt a little pinch in your chest when I talked about the broken birds or the physical need to purge, then you are exactly where you need to be. We are building a community here of people who are brave enough to face these truths, and I would be so honored if you would click that subscribe button to join us. It's just a click for you, but for me, it's a sign that we are connected in this vast digital world. Tell me in the comments, what is the one thing you are ready to throw out of your house or your life? I read every single story you share, and they honestly keep me going. Okay, let's get back to what happens after you clear the space. Once the space is cleared and the silence settles in, you are going to encounter the void. And I want you to not be afraid of this emptiness. The Western world teaches us that empty space must be filled immediately. But in the spiritual logic of a Scorpio, the void is where the magic happens. This empty space you have created by removing the toxic relationships and the physical clutter is actually a VIP section waiting for the right guests. You will have to walk alone for a little while, perhaps 3 to 6 months. And during this time, you might feel a pang of loneliness. But you must reframe this. You are not lonely. You are sovereign. You are reclaiming your own energy signature. When you are constantly mixing your energy with others, you forget what you actually feel like. This solitude allows you to remember the flavor of your own soul. Then, slowly but surely, the new tribe begins to arrive. These connections will be radically different from anything you have experienced before because they will be based on telepathic understanding rather than trauma bonding. You will meet people who speak your language without you having to hand them a dictionary. You might meet a new friend in a bookstore, or an online forum, or a gardening class, and within 10 minutes, you will feel like you have known them for 10 lifetimes. These are your soul connections. They will not drain you. In fact, after spending time with them, you will feel more energized, not less. They will respect your need for privacy and your need for silence. They will not take your withdrawal personally because they understand the rhythm of the deep waters. This shift in your personal life bleeds directly into your professional world and your sense of purpose. For the last few years, you have likely felt trapped in a job or a career path that feels too small for you, like wearing a shoe 2 sizes too tight. You have ideas, innovative, slightly crazy ideas about how things should be done, but you have been working within systems that are archaic and rigid. 2026 is the year where the structure cracks wide open. Your unique way of seeing the world, your ability to investigate, to dig deep, and to understand human psychology is about to become a very high-value commodity. The world is changing, and the old corporate structures are crumbling. They need people who can navigate the dark, and that is your specialty. I see a specific opportunity for you to monetize your weirdness. The very things you were told to hide, your obsession with mystery, your intense research habits, your alternative way of thinking, are going to be the source of your abundance. This is connected to the 8th house energy of transformation and other people's resources. You might find funding for a project that seemed impossible, or you might start a consulting business where you help others navigate crises. You are moving away from the ladder mentality where you have to climb rung by rung, and you are moving into the elevator mentality where you build your own lift. You don't need to wait for a boss to give you a promotion. You grant yourself the promotion by stepping into your authority. This requires a shift in how you view your resources. Your energy is money. Your attention is currency. When you stop spending your currency on people who don't deserve it, you suddenly have a surplus to invest in your dreams. The universe is going to send you a test, likely involving a safe job offer versus a risky opportunity that lights your soul on fire. The safe option will feel heavy, like dragging a bag of rocks. The risky option will feel scary but electric. Trust the electricity. The abundance you seek is not down the well-worn path. It is in the bushes where no one else is looking. You are an alchemist, capable of turning lead into gold, but you can only do that if you trust your own recipe. As we approach the final movements of this 2026 energy shift, we arrive at the most profound change of all, the collapse of time and the death of anxiety. Scorpio is a sign that often lives in the future, constantly strategizing, planning for the worst-case scenario, and trying to outsmart fate. This is a survival mechanism you developed when you were young to protect yourself from chaos. But this hypervigilance is exhausting, and it robs you of your power. The spiritual upgrade you are receiving will pull you forcefully into the now. You will notice that your anxiety about what might happen in 5 years begins to dissolve, replaced by a calm confidence that you can handle whatever happens today. You realize that you don't need a 10-year plan. You just need to trust your instincts in this present moment. This presence unlocks a level of self-love that is not about bubble baths or spa days, but about radical self-acceptance. You will stop judging yourself for your intensity. You will look in the mirror, and instead of seeing a person who is too much, you will see a masterpiece of complexity. You will begin to parent your inner child with a kindness you never received from the outside world. When you make a mistake, instead of berating yourself for days, you will shrug and say, "I learned." This softness towards yourself is actually what makes you invincible to the outside world. When you are no longer your own worst enemy, no one else can hurt you. You become bulletproof not because you are hard, but because you are whole. I want to give you a specific marker to look out for. Around the spring of 2026, perhaps late March or early April, there will be a moment where everything clicks. It might happen on a Tuesday morning while you are drinking coffee, or during a walk in the park. You will take a deep breath and realize that the heavy backpack you have been carrying for a decade is gone. You will feel light. You will feel free. And in that moment, you will understand that the storm you feared never actually came. It was just the wind clearing the path for your arrival. You have survived the night, my dear Scorpio, and the dawn is not just coming. It is already breaking over the horizon. You are entering a period of sovereignty where you answer to no one but your own soul. The validations you sought from parents, partners, or society will seem like monopoly money, completely worthless compared to the gold of your own self-approval. You are the high priestess and the warrior combined. You have walked through the fire and you did not burn. You were refined. Now it is time to show the world what that refined gold looks like. Walk tall, speak your truth, and never, ever apologize for the power that flows through your veins. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for walking this path with me today. Your presence here is a gift, and I feel your energy so strongly. If this message resonated with your spirit, please consider subscribing to our growing family. There is a seat at our table with your name on it, and I would love to see you here again. We are all walking each other home, and your light helps light the way for the rest of us. Now, because there is so much more to uncover about your destiny, I invite you to click on the video appearing on your screen right now. It holds the next key to understanding the beautiful mystery of your life. Until next time, stay true to your magic. Blessings to you.